Aurora slammed the door of her penthouse, the echo reverberating through the empty halls like a gunshot in the night. "This can't be happening," she muttered, her voice cracking as she clutched the faded letter in her trembling hands. In that moment, the woman she had married for convenience, the homeless stranger she had paid to play the part, became the key to a secret that shattered her world forever. Aurora Reed stood at the floor-to-ceiling windows of her corner office in San Francisco's financial district, staring out at the fog-shrouded Bay Bridge. At 35, she was the youngest CEO of Reed Enterprises, a tech conglomerate her grandfather had built from a garage startup into a billion-dollar empire. But today, the weight of that legacy felt like chains around her neck. The board meeting had just ended, and the ultimatum was clear. Per the quirky clause in her late grandfather Elias Reed's will, she had 6 months to get married or forfeit control of the company to a consortium of investors. Elias had always preached about balance, family, the human side of business. "Success without love is hollow," he'd say. Aurora had dismissed it as old man sentimentality. Love? She hadn't had time for that since her last girlfriend walked out 3 years ago, calling her a work-obsessed ice queen. Desperation led her to the streets that evening. Dressed down in jeans and a hoodie to avoid recognition, Aurora wandered the Tenderloin district, where the city's underbelly pulsed with life. That's where she spotted Savannah Hale, 32, huddled under a makeshift awning, her fingers flying across a sketchpad despite the chill. Savannah's drawings were raw, emotional portraits of passers-by that captured their souls in charcoal strokes. Homeless for 2 years after a bad breakup and a fire that destroyed her art studio, Savannah had hit rock bottom, but her spirit flickered like a stubborn flame. "Excuse me," Aurora said, approaching cautiously. "Your work is incredible. How much for that one?" She pointed to a sketch of a weary mother with a child. Savannah looked up, her green eyes guarded but curious. "It's not for sale. But if you're offering charity, I don't take pity." "No pity," Aurora replied, her voice steady. "A proposition. I need a wife on paper for a year. I'll pay you $500,000. We live together, act the part, then divorce cleanly. No strings." Savannah laughed, a bitter sound. "You serious? Why me? You look like you could buy anyone." "Because you look like you could use a break," Aurora said honestly. "And something tells me you're not the type to screw me over." After a long pause, Savannah nodded. "Deal. But if you try anything funny, I'm out." They married 2 weeks later in a quiet city hall ceremony. No frills, just a judge and a witness. Aurora's penthouse in Nob Hill became their shared space. A sprawling modern oasis with ocean views that clashed with Savannah's backpack of belongings. First it was awkward. Aurora buried herself in work, coming home late to find Savannah painting in the guest room, transforming blank canvases into vibrant stories of urban struggle. But cracks formed in the facade. One night after a grueling day, Aurora found Savannah in the kitchen, humming an old jazz tune while making grilled cheese sandwiches. "Hungry?" Savannah asked, sliding a plate over. Aurora hesitated, then sat. "I haven't had one of these since college. Thanks." As they ate, conversation flowed. Savannah shared her past. A childhood in rural Oregon, coming out as lesbian at 18, moving to the city for art school, only to lose it all in a toxic relationship with an ex who drained her savings. "I thought love was supposed to lift you up," she said softly, "not drag you down." Aurora opened up too, a rare vulnerability. "My grandfather raised me after my parents died in a car crash. He was everything, strict but kind. I guess that's why his will stings. He wanted me to have what he didn't. A real partner." By the end of the month, stolen glances turned into shared laughs over wine. Savannah's warmth thawed Aurora's defenses. One evening, as rain pelted the windows, they watched an old movie, shoulders touching. "This feels real," Savannah whispered. Aurora's heart raced. Maybe it is. But shadows loomed. Aurora's vice president, Marcus, a slick opportunist, sensed weakness. He leaked rumors to the board about the sham marriage, planting seeds of doubt. And then there was Lena, Aurora's ex, who reappeared at a gala, her eyes on Savannah with jealous intent. "Who's the stray you picked up?" Lena sneered. Savannah overheard, her face paling. "Is that how you see me? A stray?" "No," Aurora protested. "It's complicated. But the seed of betrayal was sown. That night Savannah packed her things. I can't be your prop anymore. Aurora grabbed her arm. Wait. Please. The door closed, leaving Aurora alone with her empire, and a hollow chest. The days blurred into a haze of boardroom battles and sleepless nights. Aurora threw herself into salvaging Reed Enterprises, negotiating a major merger that could secure her position regardless of the marriage clause. But every victory tasted like ash. Savannah's absence echoed in the penthouse, the half-finished painting on the easel, the faint scent of her lavender shampoo in the bathroom. Aurora replayed their last fight endlessly. I didn't mean it like that, she whispered to empty rooms. Savannah, meanwhile, crashed on a friend's couch in Oakland, scraping by with odd jobs and street art sales. The money from Aurora sat untouched in a bank account. It felt tainted now. I was stupid to think it could be more, she told her friend Mia over coffee. She's a CEO. I'm nothing. You're everything, Mia insisted. And from what you said, she felt it too. Doubt not at Savannah. Memories flooded her. Aurora's rare smile when she praised a sketch, the way their hands brushed during walks in Golden Gate Park, the night they danced in the living room to Ella Fitzgerald, bodies swaying in unspoken harmony. Was it all an act? Fate intervened at an art fair in the Mission District. Aurora, seeking distraction, wandered the stalls and froze at the sight of Savannah's booth. Her paintings were on display, bold, emotional pieces depicting love in its raw forms. Two women holding hands amid city chaos, a solitary figure under streetlights finding solace. Savannah, Aurora breathed, approaching. Savannah stiffened. What are you doing here? I miss you, Aurora admitted, her voice raw. This marriage started as a deal, but you changed everything. Tears welled in Savannah's eyes. Then why did you let Lena talk about me like trash? Because I'm an idiot. Scared. But I'm done pretending. Aurora took her hand. Come home. Let's make this real. Hesitant, Savannah agreed. They rebuilt slowly with honest talks and small gestures. Aurora cut back on work, joining Savannah for painting sessions. Savannah opened up about her fears of abandonment. Their bond deepened, evolving from convenience to genuine affection. Kisses stolen in the kitchen, quiet evenings sharing dreams. Aurora envisioned a future beyond the boardroom. Savannah saw stability without losing her soul. But betrayal struck from within. Marcus, ambitious and ruthless, dug into Savannah's past. He uncovered old records, Savannah's eviction notices, a minor arrest from a protest. He presented them at a board meeting, framing the marriage as a desperate ploy. Aurora's unfit, he declared. She's compromising the company's integrity. The board wavered. Aurora fought back, but the damage was done. Stocks dipped. Whispers of a takeover grew. In the chaos, Lena approached Savannah privately. Aurora's using you, she lied. I have proof. She's planning to dump you after the merger. Savannah confronted Aurora that night, eyes blazing. Is it true? Am I just a means to an end? No, Aurora exclaimed. Lena's twisting things. She's jealous. Prove it, Savannah demanded. Aurora pulled her into an embrace. I love you. That's proof. They made up, but the rift lingered. As the merger deadline loomed, Aurora delved into her grandfather's old files for leverage, perhaps a forgotten clause. In a dusty box from his estate, she found a locked journal. Curiosity piqued, she pried it open. The entries stunned her. Elias Reed, the stoic patriarch, had poured out his heart. Regrets over a life of duty, a secret love from his youth, a woman named Clara Hale, whom he met in the 1950s. Society and family forced him into an arranged marriage, but he never forgot Clara. He tracked her life from afar, learning of her daughter, then granddaughter Savannah. Secretly, he sent anonymous funds for Savannah's art education, hoping one day fate would intervene. If my granddaughter Aurora ever meets Clara's kin, he wrote, it would be redemption. Two strong women perhaps finding what I lost. Aurora's hands shook. Savannah was connected to her grandfather's deepest regret, not as blood, but as the living echo of his unfulfilled love. The journal felt like a bomb in Aurora's lap. She read and reread the entries, piecing together the puzzle. Elias had met Clara at a civil rights rally in Chicago, where they bonded over dreams of a just world. But his family's expectations, marrying into wealth to build the business, forbade it. Clara moved on, married another, had a family. Elias watched from the shadows, his anonymous donations ensuring her descendants thrived. Savannah's art scholarship? Funded by him. The fire that left her homeless? He tried to help but lost track. This can't be real, Aurora murmured, tears blurring the pages. How had she never known? Elias had been her rock, yet he'd harbored this pain, channeling it into his empire. And now, by sheer coincidence or fate, she'd married Clara's granddaughter. She had to tell Savannah. But first, the merger crisis escalated. Marcus called an emergency board vote, aiming to oust Aurora. Her personal life is a liability, he argued. Aurora stormed into the meeting, journal in hand. This isn't just about business. It's about legacy. She revealed Elias's wishes, not the secret love, but his emphasis on humanity over profit. It swayed a few but not enough. The vote tied, a recount loomed. Exhausted, Aurora returned home to find Savannah waiting with dinner. Bad day? Savannah asked, concern etching her features. Worse, Aurora sighed, then handed over the journal. Read this. It's about us. Savannah's eyes widened as she scanned the pages. Clara. My grandmother. She told stories of a kind stranger who helped us. But this. Your grandfather. Yes, Aurora said, voice trembling. He loved her. Couldn't have her. And somehow we found each other. Savannah set the book down, overwhelmed. This is insane. Does it change things? It explains everything, Aurora replied. Why I felt drawn to you from the start. It's like he orchestrated it from beyond. They held each other, the revelation weaving their fates tighter. But joy was short-lived. Lena, spurned and vengeful, leaked the story to tabloids. CEO's fake marriage exposed, homeless bride tied to family secret? The headlines exploded, twisting the truth into scandal. Reporters camped outside the penthouse. The board panicked. Savannah felt exposed, raw. Everyone knows now. I'm the punchline, the homeless girl who snagged a CEO. You're more than that, Aurora insisted. You're my everything. But doubt crept in. Savannah withdrew, haunted by old insecurities. What if this is just pity? Or fate's cruel joke? Aurora fought to reassure her, but the pressure mounted. Marcus exploited the chaos, forging documents to claim Elias's will was invalid. Aurora's distracted by her wife, he sneered. In a desperate move, Aurora confronted Marcus privately. Why? We were allies. Power, he admitted. You have it all. I want my share. Betrayal stung like a slap. Aurora rallied, hiring investigators who uncovered Marcus's embezzlement. She presented the evidence to the board, turning the tide. Marcus was fired, the merger saved. But the personal toll was heavy. That night Savannah packed again. I need space. This world, your world, it's swallowing me. Don't go, Aurora pleaded. We can face it together. Savannah paused at the door. I love you, Aurora. But love shouldn't hurt this much. She left, leaving Aurora shattered. Days turned to weeks. Aurora buried the pain in work, but the victory felt empty. She visited her grandfather's grave in Marin County, journal in hand. You wanted balance, Grandpa. But at what cost? Meanwhile, Savannah returned to her art, channeling the turmoil into a new series, Portraits of Love's Fragility. One piece, a depiction of two women divided by a chasm yet reaching across, sold for a record price. Recognition came, galleries called, offers poured in. Yet she missed Aurora. A chance encounter at a charity event brought them face to face. Congratulations on the show, Aurora said, eyes soft. Thanks, Savannah replied. I read the journal again. It's poetic, isn't it? Our story. It is, Aurora agreed. But it's not over. I want to rewrite the ending with you. Tentatively they reconciled, vowing honesty. The secret became their strength, a bridge to understanding. With Marcus gone, Reed Enterprises stabilized, but Aurora's transformation was profound. She implemented new policies, employee wellness programs, community outreach inspired by Savannah's experiences. Business isn't just numbers, she told the board. It's people. The tabloid storm faded, replaced by stories of her inspirational marriage, a narrative they embraced cautiously. Savannah moved back in, but on her terms. She set up a studio in the penthouse, her art flourishing. Together, they explored the grandfather's secret further, visiting Clara's old hometown in Oregon. Savannah's aging mother shared letters from Elias, tender, regretful missives that painted him as a man torn between duty and desire. "He never forgot her," Savannah's mother said, handing over a photo of young Clara and Elias, arms linked at a beach. "Your marriage. It's like closing the circle." Back in San Francisco, their relationship deepened with emotional intimacy. Walks along the Embarcadero, picnics in Presidio Park, simple joys that grounded them. But old wounds resurfaced. Lena, unrepentant, sent anonymous threats stirring paranoia. One evening a package arrived. Photos of Savannah on the streets pre-marriage with a note. "She'll drag you down." Aurora recognized Lena's handwriting. "That's it," Aurora fumed. "I'm ending this." She filed a restraining order. But the incident shook Savannah. What if she's right? I'm from nothing. You're from everything. Aurora cupped her face. "You're my everything. The rest is noise." Their love faced its ultimate test during a company crisis. A data breach threatening client trust. Aurora worked tirelessly, but stress strained them. Savannah felt neglected, echoing her past abandonments. "You're choosing work over us," she accused. "It's for us," Aurora shot back. "To build a future." The argument escalated, words like daggers. Savannah stormed out, seeking solace in a bar. There, a charming gallery owner flirted, offering temptation. But Savannah pulled away. "I'm taken. Heart and soul." She returned home to find Aurora waiting, eyes red. "I'm sorry. I'll delegate more. You come first." They forgave, but the high-stakes world tested their resolve. Then came the climax. At a gala honoring Elias's legacy, Marcus reappeared drunk and bitter. He cornered Savannah. "You think you belong here? You're just the CEO's charity case." Savannah stood tall. "I belong wherever love takes me." Marcus lunged, but security intervened. In the aftermath, Aurora held her. "He's done. For good." The incident unified them. Aurora proposed renewing their vows, for real this time, in an intimate ceremony on a cliff overlooking the Pacific. "Not for money or legacy," she said. "For us." Savannah accepted, tears flowing. "Yes. 1,000 times." As they exchanged rings, the sun dipped into the ocean, symbolizing new beginnings. But life wasn't fairy tale perfect. Savannah's rising fame brought paparazzi. Aurora's responsibilities demanded travel. They navigated with communication, therapy, turning conflicts into growth. One quiet night, poring over Elias's journal again, Savannah mused. "He'd be proud. We found what he couldn't." Aurora nodded. "His secret brought us together. A gift in disguise." Their story inspired others, LGBT youth, the homeless, ambitious women. Aurora funded art programs in shelters. Savannah mentored aspiring artists. Humanism wove through their lives, a testament to love's redemptive power. Yet, whispers of doubt lingered. What if the foundation was too fragile? But they chose faith day by day. Years passed, their bond weathering storms like a sturdy oak. Reed Enterprises thrived under Aurora's humane leadership, expanding into ethical AI and community tech. Savannah's art gained international acclaim, her exhibits drawing crowds from New York to LA. They bought a cozy cabin in the Sierra Nevada for escapes, where they hiked, painted, and dreamed. But life delivered a final twist. Savannah fell ill, a rare autoimmune disorder, diagnosed after months of fatigue. Aurora put everything on hold, accompanying her to treatments at UCSF Medical Center. "We'll beat this," she vowed, holding Savannah's hand through chemo sessions. The ordeal tested their love's depths. Savannah's vulnerability exposed fears. Aurora's strength cracked under worry. "What if I lose you?" Aurora confessed one night, sobbing. "You won't," Savannah whispered. "Even if." Our story lives on. Friends rallied, Mia, board members, even Lena, who sent a regretful apology. The community they built sustained them. In remission, Savannah reflected on their journey. "From a street corner to this. It's miraculous." Aurora smiled. Fate, Grandpa's secret, or just us? Does it matter? They renewed commitments, not with vows but actions. Adopting a rescue dog, volunteering at LGBT shelters, writing a memoir together. Threads of Fate, they titled it, sharing Elias's story with permission from Savannah's family. The book became a bestseller, touching hearts with its message of redemption and love's unpredictability. Betrayal's scars faded, replaced by trust. Conflicts arose, disagreements over work-life balance, family visits, but they resolved with empathy. The humanistic core Elias championed became their mantra. Love as a force for good. On their 10th anniversary at the cabin, Aurora surprised Savannah with a recreated sketch, the first one she'd seen on the street. This started it all. Savannah laughed. A CEO and a homeless artist. Who'd believe it? Us, Aurora said, pulling her close. And that's enough. As stars blanketed the sky, they danced slowly, hearts synced. The grandfather's secret, once a shock, now a cherished link. It taught them that love defies plans, heals wounds, humanizes ambition. In the end, their story wasn't tragic nor perfectly happy. It was real. Messy, profound, enduring. Aurora and Savannah, two souls entwined by fortune's whim, proved that from the ashes of convenience blooms the truest romance. And in America's vast tapestry, their tale whispered hope. Even the ruthless can find redemption. The lost can find home, in each other's arms.